welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below as well as the little bell so that you will get a notification every time I post a new video. So this video has been long overdue. I've had a lot of people asking me about it, so I just wanted to sit down and film my life update video for you guys. What I've been doing, what I'm planning on doing, what's coming in the future, how things have been for me as a nurse at the Mayo Clinic. So all of your questions will be answered. So if you're interested in hearing how life has been for me, what I have planned for the future, and just what's been going on in my life, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so by the time you are seeing this video, I will have been working at the Mayo Clinic for 1 year. I currently work in a medical surgical ICU with a liver transplant specialty. So it's been such a huge, sorry, it's my dog. Say hi. Say I'm the one that makes all the noise. So like I said, I work in the critical care setting. It's a medical surgical transplant specialty ICU unit. I have learned so much this past year working at the Mayo Clinic. Sometimes I reflect back and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe that I graduated in December of 2015. I started at Mayo Clinic February of 2016, and here it is February of 2017. I just feel like life is just speeding by. It's so crazy when you think about it. For all you guys that are watching that are currently nursing students, I just want to say hang in there. You can do it. I know times get rough. I know sometimes you feel like you want to give up. You want to sit and cry. Do what you need to do to relieve your energy and make sure you find positive, healthy outlets just to kind of relieve some stress. I also want to say what you learn in nursing school is so valuable. Like, you cannot even put a price on what you learn in nursing school, but I feel like your true learning experiences come out in the real world. I cannot tell you how many times I've had experiences where I've been like, oh, I remember learning about this in nursing school, or now it's finally come full circle and made the connection. I think the best part for me so far, not just working at the Mayo Clinic, but just being like a nurse in general, the best part for me are the thanks that I get from either my patients or my patients' family, or, you know, other doctors and nurses and other coworkers. And I know that sounds so cheesy and so cliche, but for me it really is. I get like the best sense of satisfaction when I hear thank you from patients and their families. And I actually got a card from a patient that I cared for. He was a liver transplant patient. That's all I'll say, of course. And then, you know, he left out of our ICU. He was doing pretty well. And then I had left work I was gone for maybe like a week or so because I had gone out of town. I had some vacation days. So then I came back and I saw in my mailbox that I had a little card. And then I opened it, and it was actually from him and his wife. And they were just thanking me for the care that I provided and for just, you know, everything that I'd done for them while they were staying in the ICU. So, and that's not the first time. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything. That's the first time that I actually got a physical card. A lot of other times I just get like the hugs and the thanks and things like that. And that really just warms my heart. And that is really what makes it so worth it. And sometimes I get so frustrated. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I get sleepy. I get tired. I get angry. Like, I have all of these emotions sometimes throughout the day. But it's those moments that make everything worth it. Like, when I can come home, take a shower, and lay my head down on my bed and reflect on my day and be so thankful that I have like the use of my limbs and my body, and I am not in the situation that some of these patients are in. And then for me to have the ability to care for them, like, that just makes it all worth it. And I know that sounds so cheesy, guys, and I'm really not even trying to be cheesy, but I want you guys out there to have that feeling too. Like, yes, I know people are like, oh, nurses make a lot of money, yada, 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 but I'm not in it for the money. Okay, yes, that's a perk because your girl likes to buy nice things, but that's not the reason why I wanted to be a nurse. Oh, I've always wanted to make a difference. So, with that being said, going forward now, since I have worked at the Mayo Clinic for a year, and not a lot of people besides my family and friends know that a huge goal of mine was to serve in the military. I really want to serve our troops, wounded warriors, our veterans. I've always wanted to do that. So I started the process about 6 months ago of applying to the Air Force Nurse Corps. and it was such a huge labor intensive process. I had an interview with a chief nursing officer, so we're talking like lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. Total big deal. Super, super nerve-wracking. I had to submit a resume. Resume had to be on point. I listed every accomplishment that I could ever think of, anything that I was ever involved in nursing school. I wrote a statement about my goals and my future, so much stuff. And I had a really awesome recruiter that really helped me through the whole process. I had an interview with a nurse practitioner in the Air Force as well. And this was a phone interview where she would talk to me about my goals and then give me a patient scenario, and I would kind of have to go through the scenario of what I would do and how I would care for that patient. And then just, of course, like general get to know me type things. So it was such a huge, huge, long process. And they actually want you to have at least 6 months of nursing experience and then at least a year for critical care. So I was only at like that 6-month mark, but my recruiter was like, you know what, we're just going to go for it. We're going to go out there on a limb. And I was like, okay, I mean, I have faith, like either I'm going to get it or I'm not. Like those are the only 2 options that we have. So started the process, done all the interviews, got all the paperwork finished. It was a lot of going back and forth, meeting with my recruiter, having interviews. I did have to go to MEPS, so that's the Military Entrance Processing Station. So I had to do all that crazy stuff like blood work, urine analysis, these crazy exercises, height, weight, body mass index, all that kind of crazy stuff. Eye screen, hearing screen, like typical stuff that you go and like have a physical done for. So I had to go through and do all that. And then finally, I got the news that I was accepted. So that is where I am starting this new venture in my life in 2017. I will go in to the Air Force as an officer because I do have a bachelor's degree. And I do have critical care experience. I will go in as a 2nd lieutenant. So I'm going to list the ranks here for you guys to see what you would start out as if you went in as an officer, and then how you can work your way up. And if you know me, you know my personality, you know my goal is to go all the way up.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
So it doesn't matter how long it takes, how long I have to be in. I want to keep progressing. Like you might see your girl as like a 4-star general one day, okay? I'm just letting you know, so keep your eyes open. So this is super, super exciting for me. I have so much other stuff to talk about that will come in my later videos. Right now, I'm currently in the process of preparing to leave Minnesota because you guys know that I work at the Mayo Clinic, the hub, the home base, WFMC, World Famous Mayo Clinic, Rochester, Minnesota. That's where I am right now. So I'm in the process of packing all my things up here. I'm going to go back home to South Carolina. I don't know if you guys remember in my other videos, I am from South Carolina. So I'm going to go back home for a little bit, spend time with family and friends. And then in May of 2017, I will be going to Alabama for 5 weeks. And that is where I will go through commissioned officer training. So that will be my first real entry into the military, learning how to wear the uniform, learning like the ins and outs, the code, military life, like all of that. So that's 5 weeks of training there. And then from there, my official duty station will be Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. So if you're in Virginia, leave me comments down below. I'm super excited. And the ironic thing about this is I have a brother who is 38 years old, so way older than me, but we're still super close. And he started out in the military at 17. He went in, enlisted in the Army. And guess where he started out? In Virginia. I just think that that's so cool. Like, and military runs in my family, like my grandfather, my brother. I've always wanted to serve, so having this opportunity has just been so huge for me. I am beyond blessed and thankful to God and my family and my friends for everyone's love and support. Okay guys, a couple of topics or a couple points that I want to hit on for those of you that are watching. If you are interested in any branch of service, I can only speak for nursing. So if you're watching this and you're a nurse and you're interested in military service, I would tell you to really do a lot of research, weigh your options and then narrow it down to, you know, the 1 or 2 branches that you're interested in. For me, it was always Air Force first and then Army. So I contacted both recruiters. I met with both recruiters. I got information from both recruiters. And then I just always felt a tug more toward the Air Force. So that's the one that I decided to go with. So I would say definitely weigh your options. There are tons of benefits to signing up for military service. I know as far as for me, for Air Force, you get like your choice of student loan repayment, or you can get a sign-on bonus. You also, as an officer, have the option of writing down the bases that you would like to be stationed at. So for me, since I'm going to go in as a 46N3E, which is critical care, I have a dream sheet. So it was like your top 5 bases that you want to be stationed at, and then you just rank those in order. If your first one is not available or there are no spots for you, they will immediately go down to the second choice, and then so on and so forth, all the way down to the last one if by any chance you had to go to your last one. So there's lots of perks, like I said, to military service. Just also remember, it is a huge, huge sacrifice. My contract that I've signed with them is for 3 years, so I'm definitely going to ride out those 3 years, see how I like it, see the promotion rate and what opportunities I have while I'm in there for 3 years, and then I will reevaluate and decide if I want to re-enlist or if I want to get out or whatever. All I know is a couple goals of mine are I want to live and work in Germany for a while. I want to work at the Landestal hospital there in Germany, which is where the wounded warriors come from overseas. If they're too critically ill to make it all the way back to the US, they'll stop over in Germany first. So that's definitely a huge goal of mine because I love being overseas anyways, and I love critical care, so why not combine the two? And then I also do have plans to go back to school. I want to be an acute care nurse practitioner, so there are a couple of DNP programs that I'm interested in. So that's also another benefit of military service, because you do get your Montgomery GI Bill and all these kinds of things that help you further your education. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys and just talk to you guys a little bit about what was going on in my life, how nursing has been, how things have been for me. I'm currently in the process of packing and moving back to South Carolina, like I said. So I will have tons of videos planned for you as far as this whole Air Force process goes. Like I said, I'll go to commissioned officer training in May. So I'll do like a little bit of vlogging there when I have the time. I know it's super, super strenuous. You don't have like a lot of privileges, you know, your first couple weeks or so until it progresses, and then you kind of can start going off base and doing more things. So around May it might be a little slow for me as far as putting videos up and things like that. But yeah, like I said, if you connect with me on social media, you'll see kind of everything that I'm going through. I'll talk to you guys on Snapchat. I can talk to you guys on Instagram. You can send me questions there. You can also reach me through email if you have questions. Like I said, leave your comments down below. I just wanted to share this video with you guys. Just a huge life update. Lots of things are happening in 2017, so I'm super, super excited. I want to bring you guys along with me. It's been wonderful talking to you guys, giving you guys a life update. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!